Right on cue, Ian Dowie is about to be introduced to the Valley. It's, of course, his first home game in charge of Charlton Athletic. We've got a goal tonight. Kevin Doyle has put Reading 1-0 at Aston Villa. Sky Digital viewers, if you wish to go interactive, push the red button on the remote control, follow the instructions, and that's why you'll find that menu with some new features as well this season. So it's Charlton against Manchester United live here on Sky Sports 2 and HD2, channel 409. Match commentators Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thank you, Richard. Well, the last time Ian Dowie was in a dugout here for a Premiership game, he saw Charlton send his then Crystal Palace side to relegation. It was John Fortune's late header, but Fortune is in his side tonight. Chris Foy is the referee, who's come down from Merseyside to Thameside. And Manchester United are in the white shirts. A pitch that's been really drenched in the last hour or so. Park Ji-sung. Waiting a pass might be a problem or two.
You talked about the pitch, Martin, and it's what I would call a forwards pitch. If you're the front man, you know how difficult it's going to be for defenders to deal with things. They come skipping at them. Anything across the face of the box is always a dangerous ball. People will make mistakes, and front men should always be aware. Things coming off goalkeepers, anything like that today. The amount of rain we've had in the last hour or so.
First away touch for Cristiano Ronaldo, and the accompaniment that will live with him for a few weeks at most, I guess. The perceived involvement in the Wayne Rooney red card in the World Cup.
Well, he's got 19, that'd be tough if he could play in every away game. 19 tough games to go, but he'll cope with that.
I think he'll have his say in some of those as well, won't he?
He will. But it started off with Ronaldo on the right. Giggs the one furthest forward with Saha.
And it was Darren Ambrose, who you mentioned in the Charlton formation. Not exactly a natural white player, but he's certainly somebody who will feel that he can contribute in that position, but also get into the middle to get a goal. In fact, he's the only Charlton player in recent times to score against Manchester United in a 3-1 defeat in this fixture last season. Andy Faye.
Well, that was a little sloppy, because Manchester United didn't get out to them, and they had 2 against 1 on that far side. But they could have worked it better. You look at this, it's only Park who goes out. They've got 2v1. So they wanted to work it a bit better than that. It's a bit wasteful.
Right there again. Kakuri is back in the fold at Charlton. They've been out of favour towards the end of last season. Here's Luke Young. He'll be interested in that Gary Neville injury, because, of course, he's very much in the England frame still. An international right back.
Well, that's what I mean about control tonight. John O'Shea was probably in a dry night, controlled that ball quite comfortably, but it got away from him, skipped away from him, lunged into the tackle, trying to retrieve it. Might see a bit of that tonight, so I think the referee's got to take that into consideration when he's judging tackles.
Ambrose with the free kick. Ferdinand, a good header to it, and then it came to Darren Bent, who has got off the mark with a penalty. West Ham and Charlton's 3-1 defeat at the weekend. Ryan Giggs coming deep to collect, but Darren Bent and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
It's good, you know.
Pair that
yeah, but it's good for Ben. I think. You know, when you play with someone who's experienced as Jimmy, you watch him in training, you work with him in training, you can learn an awful lot, and your football education from someone like that.
Park Ji-sung, they've got a runner from midfield, it's Darren Fletcher.
Yeah, just a bit got back, Matty Holland. Got caught a little. You wouldn't have liked Fletcher to get hold of that.
That's a greasy ball for goalkeepers, and Scott Carson is a home debut for Charlton on loan from Liverpool. Usually bounced away from Ryan Giggs, but how about that for a recovery? Still chasing.
Well, he's given the corner.
We checked with the assistant. Yeah. I'm not sure either. We're absolutely sure.
I don't think he was. He looked across and the linesman certainly pointed to the corner. So I was thinking conditions like this, I know you have set plays, but you think that maybe somebody would just say, let's just drop one in the goalkeeper early on. It's as wet as it is. Just test it, put a few players around him, drop it in there, just see how greasy the ball is, see what his handling's like.
Giggs. Clean off in the end by Ambrose. I suppose players, they get those diagrams in the dressing room, don't they? You must do this. That's what we have been rehearsing. It's a very coached game these days at this level. And Dowie very much hands-on in that respect. Got Mark Robson there with him, who's been elevated from the academy. It's called the developmental coach. Get Andy's views on that later, maybe. There's Brian Hughes. Nicely done by Wes Brown.
Yeah, they really don't have a worry. Gary Neville's not fit. Manchester United out through Wes Brown. He's very capable in that position.
His strength really as a left back is as an attacking player, and he's well forward, not for the first time this evening. Ronaldo maybe encouraged by the crowd's reaction to have a go and possibly silence them.
Well, he could have shifted it to Wes Brown. He decided to take it on his own. And again, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. Early on in the game, neither keepers touched the ball. We've talked about the greasy conditions. Why not have a go from distance?
Well, that's the same as putting a corner in at the goalkeeper, isn't it? Having a shot from that sort of range, and particularly testing out a player who has some but limited Premiership experience in Carson. Is here, but not fit to be involved.
It's good to see them, man. In an age when so many players, when they're not involved, don't come to the game at all. Nice to see their skipper. A long journey from Manchester here.
Yeah, the captain showing his true colours. Alan Smith hasn't made the journey. That's not because I'm sure he would have wanted to, but he made his comeback in a reserve game on Monday. Terrific effort. Be way ahead of schedule after the agony he got at Anfield. He'll be pushing to get back on the senior pitch soon.
Well, they've got to aim for Evra, surely. I would have thought his area, it's not quite wide enough. You look at the size of the left back. You would think that in a situation like that, they would have said, try and just arrow it there, and then look to win it, help it on.
Came off Andy Fye. It's a throw to Manchester United, who have done the Premiership double over Charlton for 4 consecutive seasons.
Is that right? They've taken 40 out of the 42 points in the Premiership?
Well, it's 38, 12 wins out of 14 and 2 draws, yeah. And the draw here, there's only been one of them, that 3-3. We showed it in our archive vault early on. They were 3-1 up, Manchester United, and Sir Alex, in a rare miscalculation, took off Roy Keane and David Beckham. They finished 3-3. Hasselback. Jonathan Fortune, who got that goal that relegated Crystal Palace in the 2-2 draw on the last day of the season before last, that brought despair to Ian Dowie. He's had to turn to fortune today, with Sorongo ruled out pretty much at the 11th hour. He wasn't in the 16 on Saturday. He's in the 11 tonight. Needs must. They were so close to staying up, Palace, weren't they?
Yeah.
For Ian Dowie. Holland passing it in. Ambrose did well. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank has scored against Manchester United for his 3 previous Premiership clubs.
I think this ball's maybe aimed for Bent on the far post against Evra. Maybe not, but I tell you, when it drops, you wouldn't have been surprised if Hasselbank had worked Van der Sar. He's good enough, Jimmy.
There's your point about Ambrose, Andy, coming inside.
I think we'll see a lot of that, particularly from him. Just crowded him out there. It was a lovely ball from Giggs, and it's exactly where Saha wanted it. They had El Kakuri backed into the penalty area.
Ferdinand grew up here south of the river in the capital. Evra.
Just a mix-up in communication. He did go a long part and then put the brakes on.
Kakuri. Sylvester with time to take it down. Saha was sliding in. Caught fight. A free kick to Charlton, which Matt Holland has taken, but the referee had shown some concern, as referees have to do now with the injured players. Not that they ever turn their backs on them, but obviously now they have the ruling and this new guideline as to when play should stop, rather than the players being encouraged to put the ball out themselves. Many of us hope that's a step in the right direction.
That was Brown just doing his stuff there. He wasn't making an attempt to play the ball, he was just making sure that Ryerson didn't get near it.
Hughes with a throw. Ryerson got near to that, but not near enough, really, from a Charlton point of view. Fortune, Ryerson. Quick ball to him from Hasselbank. The corner has been given.
Yeah, it looked a corner to me. Well, it'll be interesting to see what Charlton do with the first corner. This will be different slightly, you'd expect, because a right footer's come over, which suggests that it'll be turned in towards Van der Sar, whereas Giggs was taking it with his left foot and culling him away from goal. But it's a crowd scene in there.
Yeah, that's a crowd scene that referee Foy will try and sort out, nip the trouble in the bud. It's a deeper one, I think. There's aimed towards Darren Bent. Comes out here to Holland. It's not closed down straight away.
Didn't quite get out of his feet far enough, I don't think. Oh, got stuck there. Could have gone wide to Ambrose. Might have been the better ball. But they'll be fairly happy in the opening 15 minutes, Ian Dowie from Charlton. No real dramas at their end. They've probably just about had the better of the game, you'd have to say.
Kakuri. Young off Park. And it hits the referee, but O'Shea and Sylvester confuse each other. Ambrose. Charlton quite prepared to get it into the feet of Darren Ambrose and play through midfield. The temptation when you've got a talent like Darren Bent to put it forward early.
And I think if United push up like they're doing, don't ignore that ball. And you don't want to be doing it all the time. Mix it.
O'Shea. Now they're coming in from the right-hand side. And no one immediately filling that space. Fletcher. Fletcher again.
Great touch.
Not quite matched by the pass. Luke Young, to his credit, repositioned quickly. Here is Bent. One against two, though.
And they're quick. You know, Sylvester and Ferdinand. They're certainly not what you call slouches.
It's a late fall by Ambrose. He didn't get a free kick for it. And a bit of body checking on Ronaldo by Ryderson.
He just tried to spin in behind. Yeah.
And now Ferdinand tries to get involved. He can be a bit of a blunt instrument at times defensively, the Icelander. He never shirks a confrontation.
Well, this is a run. And it's quite blatant. He just steps into his line.
Rio Ferdinand was acting as ball boy, ostensibly. This little bit of extra heat has come into the match. Ronaldo, hold off Hasselbank. Fletcher. Comes out to Evra. Park. Stopped again by Young.
Nice rush. He isn't going anywhere. He's stuck against the line. He's going nowhere.
On Sunday, Andy, we saw the dangers of giving away a free kick. Ben Thatcher in Manchester City against Chelsea. Chelsea scored. Ronaldo takes, but really overhits it.
It's the frustrating side of him, isn't it? Qualities are unquestioned.
First and foremost, Manchester United glad to have him back. There was certainly talk going on during the World Cup, and Ronaldo was doing nothing to quash the rumours that he would prefer to be playing this season in Spain. It's caught in possession here by Young. Hasselbank comes out to Fye. Brown was caught out by his position. He wasn't quite sure where Darren Bent was.
Well, as soon as he turned his back on the ball, he gave himself a problem. Because you lose the flight of it. You watch him here as Darren Bent just pulls to the back. As soon as Brown looks away there, he's lost it. Not an easy header. Long way out.
But off the back of a really tremendous first season with Charlton Athletic. 18 Premiership goals. Close to getting before Van der Sar as well here.
Yeah, it was a fantastic return in his first season. I hope he's recovered from his disappointment and his rightful disappointment at not getting picked for his country. He should have been there, there's no doubt about that, for that return.
Well, being involved and he got on against Greece, of course, will help over that disappointment. Fletcher. As Manchester United mix it up a little bit. Brown's ball. Fortune saw it in the nick of time.
That was neat and tidy. Good passing and movement there between Brown and Park.
O'Shea. O'Shea again seems to have buttoned down a position, a versatile Irishman in the centre of midfield. Park having his go at Haridason.
Well, Michael Carrick's return, imminent return. And Paul Scholes is, well, from the weekend, brilliant form. May put that position in jeopardy, of course.
Hasselbank. Fletcher would love to play central midfield on a regular basis as well. Competition in 4 places is what it's all about. Giggs. Hasselbank. Now Hughes.
That was a difficult ball.
Yes, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank just telling Matt Holland what he thought about it. Jimmy sets high standards for himself and for others.
Yeah, he's certainly not slowing telling his teammates, Jimmy, is he?
O'Shea. Manchester United determined to not slacken in their early season games. It's been costly the last couple of years. They're not inhibited in any way by a Champions League qualifier this time around. Almost in front here, Park Ji-sung.
First real chance. One of the smallest players on the pitch who gets the header. It's a decent ball in, and they get 2 or 3 in there, Manchester United. Gets it on target, might trouble the goalkeeper on a night like tonight. There's enough power, just not enough direction. Just swap sides, Park and Ronaldo for the moment.
Prepared to build from the back here, halfway through the first half. Here's Saha.
That run there, that's the kind of run that Van Nistelrooy didn't give him, or didn't have for him. That one to stretch the defenders and get free, throw in way up here, right up the pitch in one ball. That's one of the major differences in the two.
Ferdinand, oh, and they've melted away from Park. Goalkeeper's made a very good stop. As Charlton's outfield defenders went completely missing. And not tight on Fletcher either. Given away by El Kakuri, tap from Hughes.
That was a super spot from Ferdinand, and he rolled a lovely ball into Park. Might think he should have scored.
Call the freedom of the park. Scott Carson kept it out capably.
Well, he just drifts in here from the right-hand side, and he's not picked up at all. People just ignore him totally. Tries to go across the goalkeeper, but it's a little bit close to Carson. He makes a pretty good save.
This is Ronaldo. Luke Young challenge, stayed on his feet. Ronaldo didn't.
No, he changes direction so quickly. It's a foul. I mean, that's, people might argue all they like about it, and he might be a little theatrical, the young man, but he does embarrass players with the ability to change direction as quickly as he does, and he gets free kicks, and that one was.
And it's a free kick in a position that he's eyeing up himself. Little debate with Giggs. But Giggs takes it, hits the inside of the post, and it stays out for Charlton.
Well, if that's gone round the wall and the goalkeeper's got his wall wrong, and it has, because he should be wide enough not to tempt Ryan Giggs to bend it round like that, and he's so close. I mean, Scott Carson's beaten, totally beaten. Thinks it's in. Thought it was in myself. But you just get the feeling that Manchester United are warming to the game.
And Charlton having a problem or two at the moment. Park might have scored. Giggs within millimetres of doing just that. Another free kick here. Giggs is on it again.
Well, they had a pretty good 15 minutes, Charlton, pretty comfortable. But the last 10 minutes, they've been anything but.
And towards Saha, he'd made the run into the space. Goal kick given.
See, I always think, you know, was it him? Never touched it. They're always difficult, in fairness to the officials, and the ball's hammered in that quickly and two players go for it.
Saha was suspended from the World Cup final. You talk, Andy, about his teamwork and putting himself on the line. He got himself booked as a substitute in the semi-final, tackling a difficult situation, and missed out on the biggest day in any footballer's career. He did.
And even a goalkeeper with a very good touch like Edwin van der Sar there had to rush it because it got away from him a little bit. The ball back to him and he controlled it.
Here's Holland.
It's just one of those fixtures as well that you come to look at and you talked about what Charlton need to do. I mean, the possession's very good, and that's a lot of that's due to the last 10 minutes, 11 minutes of this match when United have been dominant. But you just feel it's a fixture that if Charlton are going to get something from, they just have to score first. And I think Ian Dowie would have stressed that to his team. You know, 0-0, keep it like that as long as possible. That's not such a bad result. And just try and nick one.
We got a 0-0, incidentally, in Crystal Palace's Premiership season when he was manager at Selhurst Park. And they did start Manchester United without Rooney in that game. He was a substitute. That's Horizon. Quick delivery from Edwin van der Sar, looking for Saha. Mendy does that screening job in midfield pretty well. He's had a couple of wins in his Premiership career against tonight's opponents in his Portsmouth time. Silvestre. Evra. Just on that Rooney Scholes suspension, Andy, it's actually 4 games because they were banned from the next game in the Amsterdam tournament. That wasn't taken into account by the Football Association over here. That was a tournament rule. And if you got a red card in the first game, you couldn't play in the second.
Well, I think if you go away pre-season and you play in a tournament, Martin, it's quite simply the ban should cover the tournament and not the domestic league. It's as simple as that.
There's a free kick to Charlton. They'll be glad just to draw breath here and maybe put a bit of pressure on Van der Sar's goal. Ambrose hangs it up. It's a pretty straightforward piece of work from the foreign international with most appearances for his country.
Would have been offside. Cristiano Ronaldo had the ball got to him. That's where Charlton have to watch. And Manchester United break with the pace they've got.
Ryderson. Oh, and Evra's made a mess of this. Hasselbank.
Well, twice they want it.
It comes out to Darren Ambrose for Charlton Athletic.
Well, Evra
makes amends.
In the end. But they've scrambled that clear. Jimmy thinks it was handball not once but twice. As he falls over here, it does hit the arm, but not deliberately. And then it comes back there and hits it again. And this is an awful clearance from Solskjaer. He just prods it out to the edge of the box. And then he finally did something right, Evra.
It's a good touch by Wes Brown.
And he seemed to come from nowhere, Brown. because his goalkeeper came into no man's land and missed it.
Making a little run, but it's a long throw towards Hariderson. Ambrose, as Manchester United don't defend decisively again. Hughes. And it's Hariderson, challenged by Silvestre.
Well, as soon as he gives a corner, you know it's no penalty, because he feels then that Rio Ferdinand's won the ball. It's a difficult one from where we're stood. There's players' backs are to us, but Hariderson's making nothing of it, which suggests that maybe Silvestre was. I tell you what, it's touch and go. We've got the benefit of the doubt.
El Kakuri. Park only heads it up in the air. That was Hariderson who made a bit of ground to get his head to it. He's trying to hold it up. Fortune was on his way back. Now he's on the ground and really out of position. And Brian Hughes has got some important defending to do here. Ronaldo. Drop between Park and Giggs, which got Charlton off the hook. Intriguing spell of play, with Manchester United looking very indecisive in their own penalty area, and then trying to be incisive on the counter-attack.
Yeah, it was ragged defending as much as anything, wasn't it, really?
It was early season defending.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Oh, that's a lovely run from Ben. Lovely run. Ball just needed to be anything big, would have given him a chance there.
Brown. Giggs. Giggs again. O'Shea. Brown. Presented it straight to Hariderson.
Not for me. No, not for me. He's got big long legs. I think he comes round him. I think he takes the ball with his left foot. There you go. Now, he can only have judged that he's taken Park first, but I didn't see it that way. That's harsh. Doubly harsh. But it may be the fact that the incident with Ronaldo, plus that, regarded as a tackle from behind, the combination adds up to a yellow card.
And that one tells you that it's his first of the season. And it's a long way out, but it's a skiddy top. And it's over the top. But Andy, we know how talkative Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is, but he was really shouting a few moments ago for these handball appeals.
Well, Jimmy would, wouldn't he? But this is because he slips here, and it comes up and hits his right arm. That's not a freak, that's not a foul, there's no deliberate intent there for him to play the ball. It's that one there, and then it comes back again off his own player and hits him there again. It may have been given, Martin, and we've seen them given, but it would have been extremely harsh. But then again, look at Chris Powell on the weekend. Anything's possible now.
That wasn't harsh, that was wrong.
I'm really surprised that players haven't taken the opportunity from distance tonight to work goalkeepers more. Trying to get the ball to skip up at them.
Giggs takes. It's Hariderson, who's involved in pretty much everything at the moment. Darren Bent's got away with a push here.
If he could have got that as well. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, that's what we're talking to each other there. He's just saying, didn't you see me? No, honestly, he didn't. Look at the disappointment.
Brown. A slice by Fortune. 10 minutes left in the first half. Edra. Saha. Sylvestre. French triangle there. Ronaldo. And he's kept going. And Carlson able to get above Saha to deal with the ball that looped up off the deflection. Cristiano Ronaldo having a real run at Charlton. There was some suggestion, Andy, that Ronaldo might play off the front and Giggs go left, and just in the shape of the game at the moment, that's as it is. Whether it's going to stay that way.
Well, I think it's Giggs' experience and professionalism. We knew Ronaldo had made the run. He's just said to him, "You have a breather there, I'll fill in for you." That's Giggs. He's been doing that for 15 years, the boy.
I'll miss him when he does go eventually. No sign of that whatsoever. Rogers come down, he's off the pitch.
Jimmy goes into the tackle here. I think it's just a clash of knees, is it? And that can be painful, it can be sore. It shouldn't be game-threatening in any way. He should be getting on with it. He is off the pitch.
Solskjaer is just dropping in left back at the moment. And Fletcher dilly-dallying. Ryderson. Hasselbank. Ryderson had carried on his run, was caught by Brown. And Herman and Ryderson. Well, the referee's guessed a little bit here. I don't think he saw it, but he's trying to play the advantage.
Yes, he was. Yeah. That's exactly what he was trying to do. He did see it, I guess. I mean, he's late.
It's more a booking than Ryderson.
Yes, it is. And I think he just sort of looked Chris Foy. And when the ball didn't go Charlton's way, then he calls it back. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, it's just a question as to whether he saw it or not, because sometimes you can be so close as a referee, and he was right by the play there. Footballing soldier.
Well, we're certainly confident in his ability to strike them, El Kakuri, but I mean, this is a distance and a half.
Can do better.
Early season.
Having his 50th game for Charlton and trying to mark it in the grand manner. Brown. Quick look ahead for you to Saturday, Liverpool against West Ham on Prem Plus. That's 12:30. And on the same channel from 5, Manchester City at home to Arsenal. Arsenal involved in the Champions League qualification process, so they'll go there still looking for the first league win of the season. Ronaldo is up very quickly. Young.
Well, he's a good defender, look Young. He's quick as well, so Ronaldo's got to do something pretty special to get past him.
Ambrose looking early for Darren Bent, his great mate on Ipswich days, of course.
What a touch again from Giggs there.
There's Park. Curry went across and then put the brakes on. Korean got there first. And he's got there again, but he's manhandled Andy Fire.
He just keeps going, doesn't he? Parked.
Transistorized.
Yeah. And they've just swapped again. Maybe Ronaldo thinking, I'm not getting much out of Luke Young, not far side, so I'll come back over here. Try Harrison again. And with him being, Harrison's booked, yeah, with Harrison being booked, why wouldn't you try and get the ball out and try and take him on?
And Ferdinand wins his header well. There's quite a battle there with Darren Bent. And Hughes trying to put up the first barrier to Ronaldo. Harrison gets involved inevitably. Diagonals on, Darren Bent pulled away from Silvestre well, the ball wasn't good enough. The positioning was excellent. Never doesn't look in the best of health, even though he's back on. The knee's still a bit sore. Here's Giggs. Into Ronaldo. Chased by Fletcher from Manchester United. Evra. Giggs coming in to try and beat Harrison in the air. It's not an easy thing to do.
No.
Chased down by Young. Almost went down in for half-time. Was that close to the tunnel when he got to the ball.
Got the ball.
O'Shea. Handshake of apology from Hasselbank. Giggs. Really leading by example. It's the stand-in skipper tonight. They've got Neville out. Giggs is here again. Trying to place it, and very nearly did. Good save by Carson.
Well, he's been class apart, Ryan Giggs. I talked about how difficult it is controlling the ball. His touch has been absolutely exemplary. And you can see what he's trying to do. He's on his weaker right foot. And instead of just thrashing it, he's just looking to feed it into that far corner. That's an excellent save.
On the corner. And Ferdinand's flick. Fortune defended. And a couple of good moments from Scott Carson.
Yeah, 0-0's not a bad result at the moment for Charlton. So Alex Ferguson, he'll feel that his side probably should be up. Hit the post, a couple of good saves from the keeper, 2 really good chances.
Ambrose. And O'Shea snapping in. Ball really that Charlton should have dealt with, and it leads to Ronaldo hitting the bar fearsomely. Giggs.
What's that?
Now Saha on his good side as well.
They need half-time.
Great block from El Kakuri. Evra trying to keep the same theme going with a powerful strike.
No, Charlton don't want too many minutes coming up, or no stoppage time. Ian Dowie wants his team to hold on now.
Here's Evra. Jonathan Fortune must have wondered then where that was going to end up.
He's had a little smile, didn't he, when he was getting up there? But this strike from Cristiano Ronaldo, well, it was unsavable. Beautifully teed up, and he just takes it on the run. That's past the goalkeeper. Beautiful strike, and this one, well, he does well. He knows he has to defend it, but look how close he is to finding that corner.
Charlton hanging on rather by their fingernails at the moment, towards half-time. That's an important touch when you've been under the cosh by Darren Bent to make the defenders get out a bit and make Manchester United restart from that much deeper. Fletcher settles for another corner.
They've not been great, Ryan Giggs. I mean, I think he's been a class apart during the game in open play. His touch and control has been brilliant. The one thing he hasn't done is deliver the corner. He's hit the front post every time.
Oh, Ronaldo. Certainly better delivery from Giggs that time.
Well, that's perfect delivery. Between the sticks. Put it between the width of the goal and ask your players to get in after it. He did it this time. Nearly. But it's worth looking at this again. It's just a fabulous strike. No, that's twice. Woodward's come to the rescue. Had to dig it out really quickly. Great technique.
Evra. Now Brown. Clark, but Charlton might find an attack of their own before the half-time whistle goes. And Ferdinand makes light of the defending. Fletcher. That's why the pitch is quick, isn't it? In the rain. Well, they've had the usual domination for periods here at the Valley, but not the goals that have regularly gone in their previous fixtures on this ground in the Premiership. Alan Kirbishley will have painful memories of those matches, and we'll be hearing from him and Jamie Redknapp with Richard during the interval. Brown. So, Giggs against a post. Ronaldo mightily against the bar. And a couple of fine stops by Scott Carson, Charlton's new goalkeeper. That tells the territorial story. But Charlton have kept them out so far. It's 0-0 at the Valley at the break.
And as Martin was saying, Alan Kirbishley is with Jamie and myself this evening. We'll get his thoughts when we come back. We'll also get up to date with all of the half-time scores up and down the country. At the Valley, we're waiting for our first goal, but Manchester United really could not have come closer. Don't forget, it's a busy programme of Premiership football this evening. Football first tonight. First opportunity to see it, 10:30, Sky Sports 1. No goals yet at the Valley, but that's not for the want of trying, particularly from Manchester United. Charlton with 6 attempts. They've hit the target with 1, had 2 blocked, as you can see there. At the other end, Manchester United have peppered the Charlton goal. As you can see, 8 attempts, and 2 of those have hit the woodwork. Almost broken the framework, in fairness, Giggs and Ronaldo. Corners, and there's been 8 of those already as well, 5 of them to Manchester United. None yet really created a problem for either side. Manchester United, the lion's share of it, as you can see in that important final third. And the ball in play, surprisingly, only 20 minutes from that first 45. 2 booked, 1 each side, Hradisson and Brown of Manchester United. Alan Kirbishley with Jamie and myself here this evening. Well, they were hanging on a bit there, Charlton, at the end, weren't they?
Well, yeah, on the face of it, I think that they'll be pleased they've gone in at 0-0 and, you know, coming out even. But increasingly, the last 10-15 minutes, Man United kept possession, got on top. And as you say, in the final third, it looked quite dangerous.
How many times have we said that form is temporary, class permanent? Giggs is class,
What a
isn't he?
player. I mean, never ceases to amaze you. He has got pure class. He's been a difference in this first half. That is a magnificent free kick. You question whether maybe the wall isn't doing its correct job, but that is he has whipped that with so much pace, hasn't he, Alan?
It's gone a long way around that wall.
And again, once he picks it up, this is what Ryan Giggs does. We've seen him do this for so many years, and as soon as he picks it up, you've got no option really, and Luke Young has no option but to back off.
Well, I think he surprised everybody curling that with his right foot.
Going with his right foot, Carson, that's a really good save and give him a lot of confidence.
He'd have seen that late, Alan, as well, wouldn't he?
Was. I think once he come on his right foot, you half expect he's going to come back on his left to get his shot off, but he's hit it early and that's a good save.
And what about the one that Ronaldo smashed the bar with?
Well, I'm looking at Ronaldo and he's up and down, he's a bit frustrating, but he don't stop trying. And, you know, on this occasion, he's took it first time, great strike, and, keeper's beaten, and
He skips into it, Alan, doesn't he? Because you can see the 2 tackles coming in him, and that explodes off his foot. That is a great strike.
Outside of the foot.
And as soon as he's expecting that to nestle in the top corner. But the midfield run has been a problem for Charlton. You know, they've got so many midfield runners. Giggsy's coming from deep, Fletcher, Park's coming off the line a few times and causing problems. And Charlton's big worry is, can they keep running with them? As the game goes on, fatigue will set in. They've got to keep matching these players up, otherwise they're going to get hurt.
There have been goals elsewhere in the Premiership tonight, but not too many of them, in truth. It's 1 apiece at Villa Park now. Angel equalising Doyle's earlier goal, and Sonko of Reading sent off whilst conceding a penalty from which Angel scored. Blackburn 0, Everton 0, Fulham 0, Bolton 0. Nothing yet between Manchester City and Portsmouth, and a Shevchenko goal separates Middlesbrough and Chelsea. Remember, highlights first tonight on Football First, 10:30, Sky Sports 1. And stay with us. We have news when we come back on Sunderland's managerial appointment. 4:08, that is on HD1. Now, the new manager of Sunderland, we understand, is Roy Keane, which is an exciting development in the North East. They are live, incidentally, on Sky Monday afternoon against West Brom, 3 o'clock start. And I would imagine the Stadium of Light will be absolutely jumping on the back of that news. Roy Keane, Alan, new manager of Sunderland.
Well,
it's a turn-up, but it's an exciting one, nevertheless.
I'll give everyone a massive lift. You know, Niall's been saying he's been looking for a top manager. I mean, obviously Roy isn't proven as a manager, but he's a top player, top person, and he's going to give everybody a lift there.
I think the I's have got to be dotted, Jamie, and the T's crossed also. It's not quite done yet, but I think it would be more of a surprise him saying no now than actually we are to hear that he's taken the job.
We've missed this. I think you've missed seeing Roy Keane, and now to see him back in football, I think he'll be brilliant. I'm sure he's going to be a great manager. He's fearless. I'm sure that he'll be able to deal with all the characters. He's been through every single situation as a player, injuries, triumphs, failures. He's been through everything, so I think he'd be perfect. What a good manager, and I'm sure that it's so exciting for the Northwest now.
I think the one thing he's
Northeast. Excuse me.
I think the one thing
in the Northwest.
I do my geography. Yeah.
I think the one thing he's got to realise is that the players ain't as good as him or as good as he was, and that frustration, you know, because it's obvious he's going to go in there and he's going to expect the players to do certain things which he could do. It ain't the same when you become a manager straight from being a player. So, you know, he's got to go in there, and I think they're rock bottom. He's got to give everybody a lift.
Well, fairness to Niall Quinn, he said he would deliver. It would appear he has, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, I think you know, you can't imagine. I think the Sunderland fans now will be jumping up and down because they know Roy Keane will fill the place on Monday, and it will give everybody that boost. And you know, they go out there and they'll be trying for their lives.
He's a winner, Richard, as well, isn't he? He's a winner, and he won't settle for second best. I'm sure he's going to be like that as a manager.
Was he not sent off last time we played there? Wasn't that the fight with...
I think he may have been. He may have been. Do you think Quinn will pay himself up?
He's got 5 years left on his contract, I think, Noel Quinn.
Well, that's, we understand, the latest from the North East. Roy Keane. I's to be dotted, T's to be crossed, but Roy Keane looks like he is going to take over as the new manager of Sunderland. Let's rejoin Andy Gray and Martin Tyler. You hear Andy's
Thanks, Richard. Yes, fantastic news for Sunderland fans, I'm sure. I know Andy's been doing his coaching badges through the summer. He's obviously learnt a lot from Sir Alex Ferguson, who's down at touchline level at the start of the second half here. His Manchester United team have not taken full advantage of some domination, particularly at the latter stages of the first half. We start the second at Charlton 0, United 0. Manchester United certainly suffered in comparison to Chelsea at the start of the last season in terms of not winning, but here they are in trouble with Darren Ambrose from a speculative range, almost looping one in.
Well, I was just going to say,
of the restart.
He's got to shift it left to Hughes. They work the ball beautifully from the kick-off, and Hughes just pulls away. And I'm thinking, go on, play him in. But he says under pressure from O'Shea, and it just hits the outside of the post. That's how close that is. What a start that might have been. Just shows you, half-time came at the right time for Charlton. You just felt, had it gone on that half, another 5 minutes or so, and Manchester United would have broken the deadlock.
remarkable start for Sir Alex Ferguson to the second half. Manchester United had 5 wins in their first 10 league games last season. Chelsea, of course, 9 in a row from the off. And that ground was never made up.
No. I mean, I think they lost 12 points in the first 10 league games, Manchester United. You cannot give a good quality side. And Chelsea are that kind of start.
Carson trying to take Giggs on at his own game, and Ryan Giggs close enough to, or too close for comfort to Scott Carson. Brown. Evra, who had a mixed first half with those handball shouts against him and the knock on the knee, all involving Hasselbank. Giggs. Brown well forward. It's a lovely cross, and Kakuri defended capably for Charlton Athletic. Giggs is really in the mood here. O'Shea. Take that. It was not as Park Ji-sung would have liked to have received it, shall we say. 5. Evra.
Well, they can work it wide right again if they wanted, and that's what they've done.
Cross, and the mistake by Fortune, and Darren Fletcher bangs Manchester United into the lead and cashes in on that error.
What a finish. What a cool head. And don't panic, son, when you get in there. It's a poor clearance, we know that, but they worked it beautifully again from left to right. And then when it came in and it wasn't dealt with by Fortune, have a look at this again for composure. Might hit it then, and just teed it up until he was ready. He wasn't pulling the trigger until he was set. And when he was, well, take that, what an emphatic finish. He's just drilled it near post, but I don't think you can blame the goalkeeper from that kind of distance. And with that power, it's going to be past you before you move.
The finger of blame has to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
And John Fortune, of course, was bad news for Ian Dowie. And he scored for Charlton against Dowie's Crystal Palace. Has certainly not impressed the new manager, and the problems caused by Traore's indiscretion at West Ham and the change of the back line, the loss of injury through injury of Sorondo. It's all backfired on Charlton here. And they are in the not unfamiliar position at the Valley of being behind to Manchester United.
Oh, it's a bit harsh, referee. I mean, both of them have got a grip of each other down in the corner. They're having a nice little tussle. They've dealt with it. Oh, well, he's changed his mind.
Yeah.
Because the linesman said the ball had gone out.
That's why they have the earpieces these days. The communication is obviously very good. You're not far away, by the way.
In football, funny though. Here's suddenly Richard mentions Roy Keane back in football, and suddenly one of the lads who had been touted as maybe a replacement, he felt that he could and maybe had the ability to take his shoes, comes up within 3 or 4 minutes of you mentioning it and rattles in a goal that certainly Roy Keane would have been proud of scoring.
Darren Fletcher only got 1 last season, and that was good enough to beat Chelsea, of course. Will this one be good enough to beat Charlton? Kakuri. Ferdinand has to scrape it back to Van der Sar. It is a slippery night, and you know, of course, it's something that John Fortune should have cleared away, but there are explanations, if not excuses. He's done much better this time, and he'll be thinking, why didn't it happen for me like that a minute or so ago?
No, honestly, the clearance wasn't a difficult one. We'll be disappointed.
Here's Ronaldo. Saha took some defenders away. His movement off the ball. Ambrose. Not much cover on Evra. Ambrose goes long, it's offside against Darren Bent.
Yeah, it's not the place to be crossing from. But it does give us a chance to have a look at a really fine finish. When he makes the run, he goes in there, he takes a chance, but it's not a difficult one. But how well does he go one way, then the other? Just he open it up for himself. If he takes a shot early, it probably gets blocked there and there. But when he shifts it for the second time, it just opened it up enough for him. Super little finish.
Kicks once handball and might have been entitled to it by 5. Ronaldo. O'Shea.
Well, it's a night as well, you feel Sir Alex will try and get Carrick and Solskjaer more football. Michael Carrick, because it's a new club, getting used to the players, and Solskjaer obviously in his comeback will be looking to get some minutes on the pitch as well. And should they get another one, you just feel that they take the opportunity to give them maybe half hour, 25 minutes.
Michael Carrick was injured the day after Rooney and Scholes were red-carded in Amsterdam. He was caught in a tackle early in the second game against Ajax. Manchester United went on to win that tournament, of course, with a lot of the younger players. Not all of whom are available to Sir Alex Ferguson now because of they've been loaned out. Ronaldo, and it hit Fletcher. Eager to try and maybe snaffle another one, Darren Fletcher. He is such an energetic midfield player. And here's Park. He's asked the question of the referee again, this time for a trip on Park.
Well, you just get the feeling that Manchester United want to put this game to bed sooner rather than later.
And they look capable of doing that, don't they?
They've turned up the pressure, they've turned up the pace.
But here's Ambrose. Out to Hasselbank. He's been kept out of harm's way, mostly by Manchester United. Holland. Young. Hughes. So really been on the fringe of things, really. Charlton have mostly worked it down the right-hand side through Ambrose, but Hughes gets a cross in here. Ran down John O'Shea. Got the ball in any case. Young. O'Shea helping Evra out.
Must be a foul.
Into the back of Saha by El Kakuri.
Just hands on. No real need for it. It's a clumsy challenge if it goes. Can't argue that's a free kick.
Talk about Fletcher's competition already, and we haven't mentioned Owen Hargreaves, who's made it quite clear that he wants to come to Manchester United, although he's having a hard time convincing his employers in Germany that should be allowed to happen.
You mentioned Alan Smith as well. Will he play midfield? Will he be a midfield player? Will he be a centre forward?
This is be happy to play.
Yeah.
Fire on Saha. Manchester United have carried on in the second half. Right, they finished the first, and this time they've got a goal to show for it. Here's the score of it.
Well, they're rushing up the play, everything up there all over the pitch. Apart from the first 15 seconds when they almost scored without United touching the ball at the beginning of the second half. United yet again have been pretty dominant.
Ferdinand. Ferguson touched it back, and it was worth Fletcher continuing the pursuit. That's this pitch that's a bit soggier than others. The ball might not run. Fortune. Nicely measured by Ambrose to Young. Got a new 4-year contract here. Young chase back with purpose, but just taking his eye off Evra. And Saha's free if he wants to play it into him.
There's that touch again. If it's not assured in a night like tonight, it gets away from you.
Which is why Giggs has been so impressive. It's rarely got away from him. Fletcher gives it straight back to Fletcher. There's Ryan Giggs. Saw a space there that he very nearly got through the midfield man. Ronaldo. And that's Park! Oh, and again a goalpost being hit in this match. Saha. O'Shea.
Well, they're hanging on. Oh. What is he giving? I know it's a free kick, but for what? I mean, this is a brilliant attempt. Eventually, when the cross comes in, you think it's too far, but watch the way Park makes something out of this. It's a fabulous effort. And from then on, it's just a scramble for Charlton to get this ball out. I'm not so sure what he does.
Ronaldo. Had plenty of space to run into if he'd got away then.
Well, he's got plenty of options, Ian Dowie. Marcus Bent, Romadal, Kevin Lisby. 3 forward options he has if he wants to change it. You feel sure it's got to come sooner because they are on the back foot. They are holding on.
Confident touch than that. And I'm sure they were eyeing this up once those suspensions were confirmed for Wayne Rooney and Paul Scholes. Charlton is maybe an opportunity to have their evening here. They actually haven't beaten Manchester United at the Valley since December 1955.
What date?
The 27th.
3 weeks after I was born.
Must have been a very happy Christmas in the Gray household, that one.
I don't know about that.
Actually, in those days, Charlton and Manchester United played Boxing Day in Manchester and the 27th here, 24 hours later. Par for the course.
Yeah, I did it as well.
The local games.
When I played in England.
Often the players used to travel down on the same train, playing against each other again in another city. The chance of Charlton ending that sequence looks pretty bleak at the moment.
You do look at teams early on in the season and you tend to have a look and say, OK, if they're not quite firing, as I don't think Liverpool were when we watched them at Sheffield United at Bramall Lane, and you just wonder, are our teams ready? Do they look ready? I watched the game against Fulham television and United looked great and up for it, obviously first away game, and they've looked absolutely ready to go this season.
The proof of the pudding will be the 90 minutes, right? There's still another third of the game to go, and Ian Dowie will be pondering those options that you mentioned. Manchester United will be seeking a second goal, which should be enough, although, as I mentioned in the first half, there was one occasion in the Premiership when they were 3-1 up here and had to settle for a draw. That's when we mentioned Roy Keane. I didn't think we'd be talking about him again. easy header away by Ferdinand, although a shout at the goalkeeper then as whether he might have come.
Yeah, he's just having a word with him. They're having a little debate.
Ball was in the air a long time, I guess.
Yeah, it was in there an awful long time.
And the outcome is Charlton have found themselves a free kick here.
And when you think about it, they're only one good set play away from drawing level. And that's what football's all about.
Taken by Ambrose and actually came up off O'Shea in the end.
I think they're looking for handball behind the goal. There's no complaint from any Charlton fan, but they were all up behind the goal. I actually thought Haraidison was above everyone and was just going to nod it in. Well, let's have a look at it. This is what they were shouting at behind the goal. Up he goes, the header, the hands way up there. Oh, it is Wes Brownsy, got away with that. You cannot stick your hand up in the air like that.
Here is Brown on the ball. Giggs. That's a corner for Manchester United. It could and should perhaps been a penalty.
Well, watch it, man.
Charlton.
There it goes. The arm goes up there. Oh, surely it's got. If he gets any touch on that, it must be a penalty, and he does. Well, that's how close the game is. Although United are dominant, that's how close it is scoreline-wise.
Things go short to Park. They're 2-on-1 here. And they've worked it well, Manchester United. Park's cross getting out well by Fortune, but only to Giggs. Park's there again. And that was a bit of elasticity by El Kakuri.
He needed it.
Manchester United are just one good set piece away from extending their lead, and Saha's header very nearly does it. Ambrose guarding the post.
Well, it was a header where he opened his account, and he's almost added to it. Not sure if that's going in. It might have been sliding wide. Yeah, it probably was. Might have just clipped outside of the post.
Manchester United fans are at the end of the ground. The Jimmy Seed stand behind the goal that United are attacking here. And Hughes gets it away. It's not full capacity, incidentally. They've had to make some safety adjustments, Charlton, after previous Manchester United visits. You can see that the bottom two rows, for example, are blocked off. Because the United fans stand all the time, which is against the regulations. And it looks to me as though plenty of them are standing here.
Yeah, the vast majority of them. A change is going to be made, looking over now. Never happy, Jimmy, when he sees his number go up.
Particularly when he's trying to strut his stuff for new supporters, but he's got to strut off here. Just 20 minutes into the second half. Marcus Bent impressed Ian Dowie when he came on at Upton Park in difficult circumstances. Charlton were already down to 10 men.
And please welcome number 7, Marcus Bent.
Retake required. And Saha, Evra, and Holland saw the danger, sprinted back as Evra was racing into that Charlton penalty area.
Well, there really is some desperate defending going on at the moment.
Charlton are rather flattered by the 1-0. Ups to punch, and a good one to Darren Bent. Can't by Brown, who was booked in the first half.
And had they seen the handball, he might well have been walking. The ball in again. Up goes the arm. Gets a piece of it. You can see everyone behind the goal goes up, don't they? They had the best view. Not so sure the ref had a good view of that, in fairness to him.
Andy Fye also appealed strongly. He had a very good view, just looking at it from an angle towards the edge of the penalty area. If Chris Foy had seen it, surely he would have given it. Fletcher. Good movement in behind Hughes by Park.
Got to go right. Got to go right. Feed in Saha, surely there.
Hughes.
Look at the pressure they're under.
Reach by Ferdinand to wrap his right foot around that. Holland. Marcus Bent. Hughes. Got that absolutely right.
I thought Sir Alex might be tempted to give Solskjaer or Carrick 25 minutes or so. It's not going to be that. We're in the last quarter, just about. I think if they had had another goal, then it might have been the case that one or both of them would have been on by now. They'd have scored 1-0.
Another away game on Saturday in the South East against Watford. Fletcher. Saha couldn't quite carried on from Ronaldo's attempted through ball.
It's not easy, the weather's awful. Hammering down again, the rain.
Marcus Bent's giving it away. And Darren Fletcher's not the player to present possession to in this sort of form. Ronaldo. Park. The rain's falling as heavily as it has done all evening. There's been plenty of it. Just south of the river here. Fletcher. Nothing to the left. Evra spin penned back probably by instructions, I would think, not by inclination.
I just wanted the 1-2, Ryan Giggs. Somehow was looking for the through ball.
Ambrose having a go on the left-hand side. No foul, no two Charlton players stopped. Giggs. Disguise the pass with a feint to shoot. How far Van der Sar's out. Made it easier for those in front of him. But again, desperately difficult for Charlton Athletic to find a way through to threaten his goal.
Could well be over this game, and it could be a slow for United. 3 times hit the woodwork. Got the good saves from Scott Carson in amongst all that. But it's still only 1, and when it's at that, then Charlton will not let go.
Well, there's still life in the match from his point of view. Maybe the weather will help Charlton. Maybe there will be a Manchester United slip. They've really got to just try and force the play a little bit more. They're being forced to play under pressure all the time, and the work rate of Manchester United has been a very important part. They've passed the ball well enough and opened up Charlton on a regular basis. They've been very impressive with their appetite for the ball, particularly this young man. Mention, Andy, that he won a trophy with Scotland back in May, the Kirin Cup in Japan.
Yeah, from small acorns, beware the football world. We're on the march.
And Darren Fletcher's certainly on the march in this match. Ferdinand worried about losing that. He's on his feet and gets it back from Saha. Gives it to French forward again, and it flew up and struck Haraidson. Manchester United turn to appeal. The decision is a corner.
From Ferdinand, more a polite one about possible handball against Haraidson as it flew up against him. It was just an inquiry.
Well, it's awkward for Haraidson.
No, that's good goal.
Maggots might be wondering why no one in a white shirt is in that part of the penalty area.
Well, there are certain corners you can deliver in crosses, and you've every right to expect someone to be in it. And when a defender clears a corner at ankle height, level his back post, and you haven't got one of your teammates going in on the cross, you're entitled to ask why.
Ferdinand still playing in the middle third of the pitch. It's there to Manchester United knock it around again, but they still haven't put this game to bed. Marcus Bent, Darren Bent, first real chance for him. And again, it shows the slender margins of Manchester United's lead.
It's just a big lump up the pitch, this, and Darren Bent wins the first header. Marcus Bent the second, and suddenly there's a chance from nothing. Maybe on his right side, he'd have been more composed, he'd have been more confident. This is his weaker side, his left. He's under a little bit of pressure. He had to take a little earlier than he wanted. And I think that showed which his weaker side.
Tussle there between Saha and El Kakuri. Has done well. Here's Holland. Charlton maybe encouraged by how close they came a moment ago. Fine. Marcus Bent. Darren Bent. Just a bit impetuous. There's a chance for Charlton to load in two central defenders. Just at the moment trying to work out who should stay back. That Fortune with a debt to repay here. Madison will throw himself at anything. Gets to it. It's Van der Sar's. Those who were summoned to cover at the back. It's a touch on from Marcus Bent, and Charlton can squeeze the Manchester United in as Michael Carrick prepares to make his official debut for Manchester United, coming back from an ankle injury pre-season against Ajax in the Amsterdam Arena. Carrick's going to replace. Kakuri again, Manchester United pressing, asking questions of Charlton when Charlton are in possession. Fine. Matt Holland. No one's receiving the ball for Charlton with any options, really.
Always under pressure.
It's Parkoff having hit a post in the second half. So Michael Carrick. gets into the swim of things for Manchester United. Back in London, City he knows only too well from his time with West Ham United and more recently with Spurs.
We're just going to push Ryan Giggs. Just trotted over to that right-hand side and play sort of 5 across the middle. Ronaldo on the left, Giggs on the right at the moment. Fletcher, Carrick and O'Shea narrow in midfield.
Fortune. Here's Hughes.
And you see the frustration there in Hughes throwing his arms up.
Silvestre can't clear it decisively.
And there's very much life in this game for Charlton at the moment.
Just the possibility that this change in personnel might invite a little bit more pressure on Manchester United, but they kept Giggs out wide in this attack. And he's capable of delivering from there on a regular basis. So
He'd have fancied that one. Dropped nicely for him. One touch to set it onto his left side, and not quite the finish he had in mind.
Certainly, that three in the middle of midfield, you could have dropped a blanket over them a moment or two ago. So it's the substitution. Nearly through for Saha from Giggs. Fly. That's where the insurance is there, the extra central man. Giggs. Brown. Young.
Yep. And just again playing under pressure, time and time again. You've had to do that.
O'Shea. Manchester United moving towards the second win. Hurt maybe the second defeat, but there's still time for them. Brown. Saha. Ronaldo's waiting, but Saha sends the defenders the wrong way and puts his chance away with a lovely piece of play. Well, that really is no more than Manchester United deserve.
I'm not sure what El Kakuri's doing here. He's his centre-back. He knows, look, Young's the right back, and yet Kakuri gets attracted with Young to go wide to Ronaldo, and brilliantly Saha sees it, turns inside both of them, and the finish is exemplary. Watch this. There's Al Kakuri there. Both of them go. They've gone. Both of them buy it. I think as a centre-back, though, he should have been the one attached to Saha. That's a great finish. Turns inside beautifully there. He can't believe he's got the room he's got. You don't save them, and that is game over.
And Louis Saha with no Ruud van Nistelrooy these days, and for this and the next two matches, no Wayne Rooney, showing that Manchester United aren't going to be short in the striking department.
Well, they're going to get Solskjaer on now. You did think that if they'd have got that second goal earlier, that both Carrick and Solskjaer would have been given a bit more of this game. So as soon as the second one went in, Solskjaer was stripped, and he's now waiting to come on.
I think there is a difference, Andy, between the two, from what I understand. Obviously, Carrick's been out a matter of days, really. And Solskjaer, they're not rushing him in any way. No, he played a bit at the back end of last season, having been out for the best part of a couple of years.
No, they're not rushing him, but you know, they also know the importance. They're a little short in that department, although you would never guess it. You know, when you look at Saha and then Rooney's suspension, He'll be anxious to get this boy back. And even if it's playing as a substitute, I mean, he's got talent, he's an unbelievable finisher. He has been.
And they've extended his contract, so they obviously believe he can come back. And he did play for Norway against Brazil, no less. So we're looking at the change for Charlton Rommedahl for 5. I think that particular horse might have bolted for the second goal. And it's Ryan Giggs off with the weekend in mind. Solskjaer comes on as captain. He played 45 minutes for Norway by agreement between the National Federation and Manchester United. That was last Wednesday night, of course. Carrick. After Young and Al-Kakuri fell hook, line and sinker for Saha. Charlton have to redouble their efforts, really double their target to even get a point from the game. Ronaldo. There's Fortune. Rommedahl. Quick and direct. Header for Ferdinand to make. Rommedahl's way again by Evra. Young. Evra stopping the service on the right-hand side. Got to go as direct as possible, Charlton, you feel now, but the long ball did find the head of Darren Bent. It's going to be 9 Premiership victories in a row for Manchester United over Charlton Athletic. Unless...
No, it's going to be 9 Premiership wins in a row. You were right.
Here's Marcus Bent. The one question that there is left is whether it's going to be 2-0 or maybe 3-0, because Manchester United have the capacity and Charlton have the vulnerability. Another goal to be leaked on this wet night. Solskjaer. Now Evra. O'Shea. Nicely switched forward by Carrick, early to Ronaldo. Well, he didn't quite have the accuracy of Louis Saha.
That's such a good finish. I mean, Charlton make it easy for him, but just watch the way Kakuri and Young both buy this. They assume, both of them wrongly, that Saha's going to turn and feed Ronaldo, but that's where they should want it to go. But they've just both bought it. And he has a quick look at Saha, sees what's on. What a finish. But he'd be surprised that it opened up like that for him.
Rommedahl. Young. Not giving it up. O'Shea went for it. And it's Silvestre who gets to it, and he's looked left. There are options to the right. It's Michael Carrick, found by Ronaldo. And Carrick for Solskjaer! Oh, you can understand why the Manchester United fans would be urging him to score.
Why is he passing it? What a chance for Carrick. I know it's brilliantly unselfish and beautifully done, but he just felt he's going through his league debut for his new club, that he just pulled the trigger, Michael Carrick.
It's a non-goal scorer trying to get it to a natural finisher. Hasn't scored for Manchester United for almost 3 years, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Funny enough, Carrick's first ever senior goal, and he was against Charlton. But you're not going to remember who it was for. It was a loan for Swindon. He had his first Manchester United goal against the same opposition. There hasn't been much of that.
Do you get the feeling there's a difference in this Manchester United side with Saha inside as opposed to Van Nistelrooy?
I think the selection last season, when Van Nistelrooy obviously in the end got too unhappy, but I think the players feel the movement is important for the team. Van Nistelrooy, fantastic goal record. Saha's isn't bad. I think it's 9 now in his last 13 Premiership starts. Taking into account a very good run at the back end of last season. O'Shea.
Looks like a keep ball session at the moment. A bit sloppy from John O'Shea though there.
Well, there's one Charlton man who's happy tonight. Sir Bobby Charlton.
I bet he'd a shot.
He actually, by a really odd coincidence, made his Manchester United debut against Charlton and scored twice. And followed that up in the same season by getting a hat-trick here at the Valley. It's been a bit of a help yourself time for Manchester United again at the expense of the South East London club. As though there might be some good news from the northeast for Manchester United. Probably a match with the club that finished above them last season. Solskjaer, certainly good news for United fans here. El Kakuri, it's been pretty much one-way traffic. Ronaldo. Saha, Fletcher trying to get into the middle, and it is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Welcome back, son.
There won't be a more popular goal, I don't think, for Manchester United all season. After a nightmare time, the Norwegian has shown he can still do it in the Premiership.
Loose header from Luke Young, and this ball, and then this one coming in, it just fizzed across the 6-yard box. And he's got such qualities, Solskjaer. He's an accomplished finisher. Baby-faced assassin, as he was known in his younger days. Because quite simply, he just coolly rolls it in and he feels his back. How frustrating it's been for 3 years for him.
Well, it's been a thoroughly emphatic night for Manchester United. And, all right, they're unhappy about some suspensions, but it has given opportunities to others. Opportunities that have been pretty well taken. Darren Fletcher stepping in. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer up from the bench and showing that you never lose it.
Well, I think that's his role, isn't it, this year, Solskjaer's? With everyone fit. And he continues to progress his own fitness. You never lose the ability to finish. He'll never lose that.
I say that AIG, the new sponsorship, stands for Alex is God at Manchester United, but I don't think there's any truth in that particular rumour. A lot of money for the new shirt deal, I know that. Over £50 million over 4 years. And Van der Sar, Silvestre set it a bit wider, the goalkeeper, who just seemed to lose his standing foot for a moment. And Romadal is in. He's never scored for Charlton at the Valley.
He's not going after that touch. He had a glorious chance. Evra just switched off. Totally switched off.
But in the jubilation of Solskjaer's goal, a bit of concentration's been lost by Manchester United.
Evra's crashed into the hoarding, didn't he? Well, he's just got cramp.
One or two amateur physicians there.
Can be dangerous.
Dr. O'Shea. He diagnosed cramp. So that's Rob Swire, the physio. Also comes up with the same.
Same
answer. He hasn't played, of course, that many 90 minutes in the Premiership, and he has had problems in away games in the short time he's been with Manchester United. Patrice Evra. This hasn't been a problematic away game.
No, this has been a confident, comfortable victory. 2 games, 8 goals. It's a pretty emphatic start from Manchester United. We just might get a proper title race this year.
Romadal. He's still off. O'Shea has to make probably one last tackle. And that indeed is that. Well, Sir Alex Ferguson has called for a better start for Manchester United, and he's getting the right response. 2 wins out of 2, as Andy says. 8 goals, the goals they had to wait for here. They could have been 3-0 up at half-time, but it was a goalless first half. But Darren Fletcher changed that. Another one taking an opportunity because of a suspension here. Saha adding to his goal at the weekend. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to get some special celebration here. 2 defeats for the new Charlton regime, but it is early days yet for Ian Dowie. Got some head-scratching already. Manchester United have covered well for their high-profile absentees. It's Charlton Athletic 0, Manchester United 3.
And very soon now it will be even sweeter when Manchester United learn that Middlesbrough have beaten Chelsea tonight. Pogatetz and Viduka with late goals to turn down a 1-0 half-time deficit. Chelsea beaten again by Middlesbrough, just as they were last season. When we come back, all of tonight's scores, reaction from the Valley here, where Manchester United have won 3-0. You can see all of tonight's football first at 10:30 on Sky Sports 1.